Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel and my other channels down there in the description box below. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're real. If you're not, you can go to hell. But if you're real, then you can do that. So, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to slap that bell. You know what to do with it. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, too fucking bad for you. And that's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and hit that bell, goddammit. And that's it. Alright, hope you liked the little bit of intro. I did one on another video with basically the same screaming banshee that you heard in the video I did a few months ago. My good friend Nando from Burn the Skies, you know, with their cover of Zero by the Smashing Pumpkins. Great shit. But that particular song is called "Breathe You In" from Grace the Enemy, which was my good friend Nando's former band. I don't know if she still hangs out with those guys, but now she's in Burn the Skies, which has a new should be coming out with a new record coming out pretty soon. So that's pretty damn nice. But just felt like playing it because it's in my goddamn head. Holy shit. It's a great song, by the way. Great song from fellow Brooklynite. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, it is what it is. But hopefully you like the song, and if not, well, fuck you, man. That's pretty much it. Alright, let's move on with that. Alright, it's Tuesday evening, April the 15th, 2023. We have hit the midpoint of the dog days of August. We got 3 weeks away till Labor Day weekend. And for all you kiddies out there, you know, you gotta go back to school. The summer is just about over, my friends. It's just about over. 3 weeks away from tomorrow, actually. 3 weeks from tomorrow, I believe, is the start of the school year. So, fortunately, I'm done with school. So, it is what it is. But for some of you, you know, you kiddies out there, and maybe some of you high school kids, and some of you college people, you know, depending where you are, you're already starting school, or about to start school, so stay in school, my friends. Stay in school. Get your education. And if not, you end up like jerks like like people on YouTube. They're all jerks with no education, no brain. See, I have not one, but 2 college degrees. And I'm smart. And I'm blessed. And I'm very talented. If you don't think that, well, fuck you. Because you don't know about the music industry. You definitely don't know about the wrestling industry. And pretty much anything else. So that's pretty much it. You think you're better than me at wrestling? You're better than me at, you know, on commentary? You're not. Better than me in real life and on YouTube? Hell no. Hell no. So I don't come on here and talk about the same freaking people in fucking videos every fucking day or every other day or whatever it is. You know, thinking I'm an internet policeman or anything like that. Internet tough guy. We don't, you know. But it is what it is. I mean, if you can't be yourself on YouTube, then get the fuck off. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be myself and talk about the world of professional wrestling, the sport of professional wrestling, and music and anything else I feel like talking about. And if you don't like it, get out. Unsubscribe. Don't follow me on social media. Get the fuck out of my life. And if you can't do that, then, well, you can't really do that, then you got problems. And just don't come crying to me when you know, with whatever happens in your life. You want to waste your time talking about me all day? By all means. Because sooner or later, you're going to get tired of me. And you're going to hop on to the next guy that you know, you think you can, you know, be obsessed with and stalk and all that other shit. Just saying. Just saying. Find something else to do and talk about. Rather than talk about me or talking about other people. And then bring other people that should not even be in the conversation into it. So it makes you look like an immature fucking pussy. You see me doing that? No. I don't do videos talking about people's moms and dads and all that shit. I used to do that, but I don't do it no more. Because I felt the need not to do it anymore. Because it got me nowhere. Drama gets me nowhere, so I don't need to put up with that shit anymore. I'm living my life, you know, as I get near 50 years old. I got other things to worry about than this garbage website and fucking 20, 30-year-old schmucks that beef with each other, and it gets to the point where they're in freaking court. And they look like fucking idiots. Idiots in court. Does that get anywhere? Not really. Not really, you know. Well, he talked about me, but he talked about me. He's harassing my family. You know what the judge says? Shut the fuck up. Move on with your fucking lives and stop talking about each other. Or it's gonna get really, really, really bad and one of you is gonna go to jail. So it is what it is. I'm done with all that shit. I'm done with that shit. I care less what is said now. Because it's basically the same fucking shit I've heard for 14 goddamn years. Oh, Peter, you're a pedophile. You're this and that, yeah. You wish death on a baby. You wish cancer on people. Yeah, but did I apologize for it? Yes. Did I take full responsibility for it? Yes. I atoned for my sins, and I apologize up the wazoo. If people don't want to take my apology to heart, then fuck you! And that's it. Alright, let's not talk about any more of that bullshit. Let's talk about wrestling. We got NXT coming up in about a half hour. So, we got all that. We got the dyad, the grizzled young veterans of Fowler and Reed, with the rest of Schism at most likely at ringside. You know, Joe Gacy and the lovely Ava Raine. Maybe the others that are in those weird masks. They're going after the NXT Tag Team titles as my cousin Tony D'Angelo and Stax. They defend the belts against the dyad. See what happens with that. Hopefully the family win. You know, my cousin and Stax wins and everything. And we'll see what happens with that. You know, we got Gallows in the background, so who knows what's going to happen with that. As this is the go-home show before next week's Heat Wave event. So we got that. Also tonight, we're going to crown a new #1 contender to Carmelo Hayes NXT World Heavyweight Championship. We got Wesley taking on Dominic Dijak, or the Big Boss Man 2.0. We'll see what happens with that. And much more tonight on NXT. So check it out in about 29 minutes from now. So hopefully I'm going to get this done before NXT. Maybe I'll do a watch-in, but we'll see what happens with that. Just give me a second, guys. Ugh. Freaking. I had a big lunch and I'm finishing up, so. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Tuesday evening, August the 15th, 2023, hope you had a great day, and if not, maybe tomorrow will be a better day for you. But in any case, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday night review for August the 14th, 2023 from a so-called great city in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, at the Canada Life Center. And we move on with that. So, on the road to Payback, coming up in 3 weeks, September the 2nd. So, we're formulating some matches for that. We haven't had a match announced yet, but, we got 3 weeks to go. So, we'll see, maybe on SmackDown this week, we'll get some matches. And definitely on Monday Night Raw, this Monday night, we should get some more matches announced for Payback on Labor Day weekend. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so as always, our new commentary team of Mitchell Cole and Bad News Reed Bennett. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so the advertised matches for the show were, yeah, Cody! MDK all day, Cody! You bitch. He takes on Fiend Balor of the Judgment Day. And we also got Canada's own, the lovely Trish Stratus, taking on the man, Becky Lynch. Without Zoe Stark, she is banned from ringside. So we will see what happens with all that on Monday Night Raw. Alright, so we begin Monday Night Raw with the people that run Monday Night Raw, and that is the Judgment Day, minus Fiend Balor. So we get Papa Priest and your Money in the Bank. We have Mommy Rhea Ripley and her Latino, Dominic Guerrero, the North American champion. That's my son. I know, Eddie, I know. Did you see what Mommy tried to do to him in that TikTok video that they did? I missed it. What happened? Mommy tried to put, your son in kind of a sexual way, if you will. Oh, that's really creepy, I don't understand that. Oh, don't you do that with China? No para inglés, Well, okay. Alright. And he doesn't want to tell us, his secrets with China. Mamacita, he doesn't want to tell. But yeah, that video that Dom and Rhea did, putting him like this, like, I'm gonna put your hands up in the air and I'm gonna suck your dick. Wonder how Buddy Murphy feels about that TikTok video. That's probably why you put the ring on the finger. 'Cause he knows Rhea is probably banging Dominic Mysterio in private. We don't know. I mean, they're both 26. I mean, they're, same age. But I think Buddy Buddy Murphy, God bless that man. He had enough. He's like, I'm tired of the Dom jokes, and people tell me that Dom and Rhea Ripley may be secretly fucking. So I'm like, that's it. I'm putting a ring on her finger. Now she's mine. Or so you think. I mean, Aaliyah Mysterio might still be single. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Buddy Murphy's secretly calling Aaliyah Mysterio late at night, telling about his late night confessions. I don't know. But anyway, moving along past that, they come to the ring and they agree that communication has been an issue over the last few weeks between Finn and Priest. Finn losing a lot, and Damian Priest, trying to help out, and, throwing the briefcase to Finn's opponents, and boing, knocks him out. As we saw last week, he tried to help, and what happened? The Judgment Day lost, as Finn got pinned by Cody. That's why we get Cody versus Finn. Cody versus Finn later on. But Damien says, as long as I have the briefcase, we still dictate what goes on around here in WWE land. So he's kind of pissed off that Finn's, once again, for the second week in a row, not with them. So he's like, if we're supposed to be a team, where the fuck are you? So then instead of Finn coming out, J.D. McDonough, Finn's best friend for a long time, he comes out, and Priest's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear what you say, but be careful what you say. So Finn's like, J.D. McDonough's like, well, I'm just the messenger, dude. But don't worry about me. Rather, worry about Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. Well, Cody, yeah, maybe with Finn, but I don't know about Sami too, because he got fucked up last week. By J.D. McDonough. So Rhea Ripley's like, well, we don't take orders from you or anybody. And then Dom gets on the mic. Well, at least tries to get on the mic. And from what he does say, he's like, well, this... He talks about Canada. It's like, oh, I just found out that Canada is part of North America. Oh, you just found that out now, Dom? Did you learn anything in high school or college? Come on, Dom, come on. Anyway, meaning he is the North American champion of Canada, I guess. So McDonough's like, I'm just a messenger. I'm going to leave now. So he goes to leave, but Rhea tells him to tell Finn we need to talk. So as JD goes to the back, Sami Zayn comes out and he is pissed. Goes right after JD for what happened last week with that really bad arm injury. Oy. And he beats up on JD for a little bit, but JD comes back, sends Zayn, bad arm and all, into the steel post, and that's basically it. So he leaves him laying, and that's it. We go to break. So I gave the first segment 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. We're off and running on Monday Night Raw. Alright, coming out of the break, we go to the match between Sami and JD McDonough. Pretty good match. Starts off with Sami favoring his arm with that humongous big burst sack on it. Ugh, looked nasty. So we have all that. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. In any case, we get a big backdrop, puts JD down pretty quick, and then a monkey flip of all things sends him crashing into the ropes. Give me 1 second, guys. My stuff is all messing up. I don't know why. That's probably why. Alright, sorry, the lighting was going in and out. It's still kind of going in and out, so I don't know why it's doing that, but sorry. But it is what it is. Alright, so Finn puts McDonough down with a backdrop and then a monkey flip, sends him crashing into the ropes. JD gets smart, goes after the bad arm, so Sami tries to take it to the outside, which is not a great idea, as the bad arm is sent into the announcer's table. Then I hit Michael Cole. Damn. So we go to break, come back. JD McDonough drop kicks Sami out of midair. Ow. He hits a one-arm mission, but Sami comes back with a one-arm Michinoku driver. That was pretty nice. But JD McDonough comes right back with Joel Maximo's classic move. That's my mentor, by the way. Spanish Fly. Locks in the crossface on the bad arm, but Sami gets out of it and hits that exploder suplex in the corner. And then Fiend Balor comes out to cause a distraction. So JD McDonough tries to get a fruit roll-up for a near fall. He falls out with a big-time headbutt on Sammy to put him down. Goes for a moonsault, and Sammy got the boots up. Then he knocks Finn Balor off the apron, and goes in the corner. He loads up that Yakuza kick, which he stole from me, you fucking bastard. Finish him up with a hell of a kick. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn is your winner in just under 12 minutes. So, pretty good match. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it for that. So, Sami gets his revenge on JD McDonough from last week. And that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we go to the offices of Adam Pearce. And we see the lovely Chelsea Green. You know, Matt Cardona's bitch. Hey, Matt Cardona! I have, two words for you. Maki Ito! Well, we're at 4 words for you. Maki Ito, motherfucker! You fear Maki Ito, dear Matt Cardona. You know, that's, Nick's waifu, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Maki Ito was at PWG this weekend, over the weekend, for Mystery Vortex. Roddy came back for that event, and Jon Moxley made his debut in PWG. Who knew that Moxley would appear in PWG? And I don't know if he was bleeding. I didn't watch all of it, but it is what it is. So if you did see PWG Mystery Vortex, or if you haven't seen it, get the DVD when it comes out. Or just look up the results on Google. Google it. That's pretty much it. Alright, so Chelsea Green is there, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. But Aaron Pearce is about to strip her of the belts because poor Sonya Deville is going to be out months with that torn ACL injury. So, looks like we're going to get, they're going to strip over the belts. We're going to get another garbage tournament. But wait! Before he does that, Chelsea cuts him off and says, well, if you do that, I'm going to call your manager. No! I'm not going to call your manager. I'm going to call Human Resources. Yeah, good luck with that. And then she's like, I'm going to hold talent auditions to find a new partner basically. So then, the former NXT Tag Team Champions, Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, they come in, and they want a shot at the belts. So Casey's like, Chelsea, well, if you find a partner, we want a shot at the belts. And then out of nowhere, Piper Niven, or as we knew her as Doudrop, she comes back after a long hiatus. I don't know where she went. I think she fell off the face of the earth, came back. So she comes in, beats the fuck out of both of them, and then she grabs the title belt, and Chelsea's like, what are you doing with my belt? And then Piper's like, I'm your new partner. So Chelsea's like, okay. We're partners. I don't like you, Yeah, so we got, I guess, new tag team champions for the moment, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. That could have been a lot worse, Could have been Piper Niven and Eva Marie, God forbid. That fucking team went kaputski when, Piper Niven made her debut on the main roster and they call her Doudrop. Where did that go? Nowhere. Not really that much, no. I mean, she was in the finals of the the Queen's Crown tournament, Queen of the Ring, whatever it was. No, Queen's Crown, I think it was called. At Crown Jewel against Zelina Vega. And Zelina Vega beat her. And remember that freaking reaction video? I mean, it's on my PG, it was on my, I think it's on this channel, my Peter Gilmore channel, my rant channel, where I basically roasted Doudrop. So we'll have to see what happens with this situation, and that's it. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So like I said, new tag team champions in Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. So we'll see what happens with them. And I think probably next week on the program, we will get Piper and Chelsea defending their belts for the very first time against Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. Hopefully, the titles don't change, but we'll see what happens with that. That women's tag team division is garbage as it is. And we move on. Alright, after that, we get a video on Imperium of Walter, the Intercontinental Champion, who's about to break the Honky Tonk Man's record in about a little over 3 weeks. If he holds it past Payback. So we're gonna get a video. We get a video on them, and then we're gonna hear from Walter in a bit as he comes out with Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner, of course. But before that, we go to the back with Byron Saxton and his guest Cody. So Cody Rhodes is with Byron. He's all ready for Fiend Batter later in the night, and he's ready to bring it in Winnipeg. As he says, I haven't been here in a very long time. Well, obviously, because AEW, I don't think, went to Canada that much in the like couple years that you were there. But it is what it is. He's back in Winnipeg. You know, the fans are going to go, whoa! Whoa, I just said that. And I'm going to get crucified by Issa probably because I said it on a video. Damn. It's worth it. But I digress. Alright, so I gave Cody's little promo 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we hear from Imperium. We hear from Walter, who's standing on the announcer's table for a little chit chat. So Walter talks about how hard it is to, you know, to work, to build a title. And says, as a European, because he's German, I believe. Oh, no, he's Austrian, I think. Not German, he's Austrian. He's always looking forward to come to Canada. Then he walked the streets of Winnipeg this morning and gets why no one likes it here. Sucks to be you people in Winnipeg. You have to look at each other all the time. Well, it's the same thing if you go to New York City. You gotta look at the idiots that you know, in New York City. You gotta look at the migrants that are freaking littering all over Broadway and 8th Avenue and Times Square and everything. It's just enough. Enough. Get these people out of here. And then, I mean, you know, we hear that, oh, if you have room in your house, if you have room in your house, you can room a migrant. And you get paid for it. Fuck no. Fuck no. I ain't doing that shit. God forbid something gets stolen from, you know, and then the freaking migrant just, like, bolts out of the house, and next thing we know, they're back in Mexico. Or whatever, you know, wherever. But mostly from Mexico. No offense to Mexicans, you know, my girlfriend is Mexican, so. But she's not a migrant, she's an actual, you know, American. But she has lived in Mexico, and she lived in New Mexico. She moved around a lot, so. But she's a full-blooded American. America! You know? But, yeah, these migrants need to go back. Hopefully, you know, when Donald Trump gets reelected, hopefully that goddamn wall gets rebuilt, and it's stronger so we don't have these migrants coming over and basically filling up basically everywhere. Basically the big cities, you know, like New York and Philadelphia and California and Texas, D.C., you know, Chicago maybe. And then and then you know the fucking mayor of New York City wants us to freaking, you know, if you have room, we'll pay you to house a migrant. No, we're not doing that shit. How about worry about how bad you are of a fucking mayor that you actually allow these people to come into our city? Oh, we can't fit them anywhere. Then stop having the buses come with the migrants. You're closing down. You're closing down schools, and you know you're having them go into parks where freaking kids play. Soccer, people are, there's soccer games and shit. All these kids are playing soccer, and then, they have to oh, you Micah's gotta get off the field. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. This is what happens when Joe Biden, I don't want to get into it because, God forbid, YouTube hits me from misinformation, so I'm not going to say anything more. But, fuck you, Joe Biden. That's all I got to say about that. We move on. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Alright, so he talks about that, bad mouths Winnipeg, good for you. Anyway, but for now, Walter wants to address Chad Gable, the number one contender, as he beat Ciampa last week to become the new number one contender. So, Walter says he was impressed with Gable's performance last week. He says, Gable has worked hard for years as a former Olympian, but I have achieved more in a year plus than Gable has in his entire career. So, on cue, we hear, sheesh! Oh, thank you. Alpha Academy come out, Gable, Otis, and the lovely Maxine do. They come out. Gable talks about how Walter put him on the clock a few weeks ago, and Gable won that, and then Walter got pissy. So Gable tells Walter, well, now you're on the clock, and he talks about he's less than a month away from becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history, but Gable says, I'm chasing you down now, and I've been waiting for an opportunity and a chance like this for basically 10 fucking years. What, you Kofi, you waited to get the world title 11 years? Pretty much the same thing. But he says that, well, before I get to you, I'm going to take out your good friend, the bald guy, Giovanni Vinci or Fabian Aichner. So he's like, get in here, we're going to have a fight. But before the match, Ludwig Kaiser, or Marcel Barthel, promises that Gable will be embarrassed like Otis did, in his match last week against Walter. He starts to hit on Maxine Dupree some more. I still think Maxine's gonna turn heel and maybe join up with Imperium. I don't think Tiffany Stratton might like that, because Tiffany Stratton's going out with Marcel Barthel. You bitch, it should have been me. Daddy! It is what it is. So Marcel Barthel says, I'm willing to rescue you from becoming an absolute embarrassment. And then Maxine just smacks him right in the face. And that's pretty much it. So we get that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. We get to the match, which was a 5-minute suckfest. Gable wins with the Chaos Theory suplex. Bing bang boom, that's it. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars. Gable gets the win. After the match, Walter says, I'm not done with you, and I want the face Otis right now. So Otis is like, oh, really? Okay. So we get an impromptu post-match match. So we go to Otis and Walter, which was another 5-minute suckfest. And basically, Walter got the win back for his Imperium as he beats the fuck out of Otis. Otis tried for the Caterpillar, gets broken up with a not-so-good basement dropkick from the champ. But Walter kicks Otis right in the head and somehow uses his brute strength to pick up the big fat man. Hits a powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Walter is your winner. Match I gave, again, 2.25 out of 5 stars. After this match, Chad Gable comes in, goes after Imperium, and Walter, but he leaves. He basically just leaves, and that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Chad Gable and Walter for the Intercontinental title when it does happen. I would think they might do it at Payback. But then again, it might happen before, that there's an outside chance that Gable wins and stops Walter's long reign right before he takes over as number 1 on the Intercontinental title reign. Longest champion, and Honky Tonk Man will be number 2. So, I don't know how Honky Tonk Man will feel about that, you know. I guess he's got to learn to live with it, like Ric Flair says. We shall see what happens with that, and we move on. We move on. Okay, we move on with that. Alright, then we go to the back. We have the Judgment Day again. Finn and Priest are still pissed off at each other. But then Mommy Rhea Ripley, once again being the voice of reason, yells at them to get their killer instinct back. What are you, Dana Brooke? Everybody's wants to get their killer instinct? Okay. And then JD McDonough tries to come in again. Priest scares him off. He's like, I don't want to hear from you. Get out of here. So he leaves. And then Balor says, I'm ready to get my killer instinct back. And I'm going to beat Cody. Is he? Probably not. But it is what it is. Alright, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then we got to look back at Jey Uso quitting on SmackDown after taking out Jay and Roman and Solo. So, we'll probably see Jay probably by maybe Survivor Series or maybe by the Royal Rumble, but we'll see what happens with that. So we got that. Alright, then we go to a video from early in the day. Jackie Redmond interviews Drew McIntyre. She's asking him what's next for him, and then the original bro comes in, Matt Riddle, thinks they can be a great team together, and he's kind of like, he's like saying, if the Viking Raiders have an open challenge, I answered it, but I want to know if you want to be my partner. And he's talking and talking and talking, and Drew's like, shh. And he says, I'll consider it. If no one else will be your partner, I will. So, we move on with that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a video on the lovely Indy Hartwell, who's got her date butt match on the main roster. Said that she has to face Mommy Rhea Ripley. Out of all that chaos that happened last week with her, Candice, and Raquel Rodriguez. Sucks to be you, Indy Hartwell, former NXT champion. First match on Raw, you get thrown into the fire against the women's world champion, Mommy Rhea Ripley. Sucks to be you. And that's pretty much it. Alright, we go to break, we come back with that tag team match. The Viking Raiders, who come out with Valhalla, Sarah Logan, they take on Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. It was a pretty decent match, but in the end, we get a belly-to-belly suplex as Riddle tags himself in and cleans house. Excuse me. We get a belly-to-back suplex, gets broken up. Drew McIntyre comes in, and all 4 men are in the ring. Riddle hits the floating bro on Ivar, which leaves Eric in the ring to get hit with the Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre and Riddle, or Matt Riddle, get the win in under 9.5 minutes. Match was pretty decent. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, NXT has started, so I'll do a little bit of a live look in as we get to that, and pretty much it. Alright, after that, we see a video about what happened with Raquel Rodriguez getting the fucking shit beat out of her by Rhea Ripley. As we're live from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, for NXT. And we're 1 week away from Heat Wave. So we'll see what happens tonight on the Go Home show. And we start off with my cousin, get in here, my cousin, get in here. My cousin, ladies and gentlemen, Tony D'Angelo. Hey, cousin Paisan, comes out with stacks. The tag team champions look like they're going to start that tag team match off, I guess, right now against the Dyad. But we'll see. It's a matter for you. Actually, they're not just coming out for a promo. Alright, so we will get that. So, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks, the Familia, you know. We got that. Alright, we move on. So we see the video about Rhea Ripley attacking Raquel Rodriguez. And then we go, I think it was to the trainer's room or somewhere in the back, where Raquel Rodriguez gives Indy Hartwell a pep talk before her match with Mommy Rhea Ripley. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after that, we go more in the back where we have Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre talking about one of the tag team titles from Sammy and Kevin, whenever Kevin gets better. Hopefully, you know, Kev, get better, my friend. You know, my good friend Kevin Steen, of course. But then, the New Day, they come in, Xavier Woods, and, yesterday was his birthday, the birthday boy, Kofi Kingston! So they come in, and man, Xavier Woods, did you channel Deluxe Man? My good buddy Deluxe Man, he has the same kind of hairdo. So I think Xavier Woods might have been seeing Deluxe Man videos, I don't know. I kind of mentioned it to Deluxe Man on Twitter, so I don't know if he even got that, but in any case, Xavier Woods goes on a rant about how everything is going crazy around here. So they're like, oh, you want to go for the tag team belts? Oh, really? Shame, for shame. So then Xavier Woods challenges Riddle and Drew to a tag team match next week. So then New Day does their stupid World Tag Team Champions stuff, and Drew's cracking up. And then Riddle says, well, the Glass Bros Scotland, really? Glass Bros. Come on. I mean, Michael Cole mentioned it in their match with the Viking Raiders. It's like, oh, the Edinburghs, another city in England. It's not even Edinburgh, it's Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh, but not bro, but, yeah. It is what it is. I've been there, so. Yes, I have been there when I went to see Pink Floyd in London, so. Way back in the day. Way back. Alright, we start off with a tag team match. For the tag team titles, Stacks and Tony D, my cousin, taking on the Grizzled Young Veterans of Fowler and Reed, and the Familia beating the fuck out of them at the start. We have some members. Oh, there you go. Some members of Schism. You know, I guess mostly the NXT rookies from the Performance Center that don't get much TV time. You know, they're in the black hoods and the yellow mask and everything. So they're at ringside with Ava Raine and Joe Gacy. All right, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully they don't lose the titles. I mean, I think this is their first defense of the belts. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so next week we got the Glass Bros, Riddle and Drew, taking on the New Day, and a tag team title, tag team match player. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, after that we get to a under 3 minute Suckfest match. Did I say under 3 minute Suckfest match? Yes, I did. So we got Rhea Ripley, Women's World Champion, with her boy toy, Dom Dom. She comes out with Indy Hartwell, who comes out with her best friend, Candice LeRae. So basically, Indy got she got a spine buster in for a near fall on the champ. They go outside. Rhea sends her into the ring post. Ow! Then, for good measure, she decks Candice LeRae for no apparent reason. And then finishes her off with Riptide. And that's pretty much it. She gets the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So, once again, Mommy Rhea Ripley is dominant again. Maybe I shouldn't have said that word. Maybe I shouldn't say dominant in front of Dom Dom, you know what I mean? But maybe he likes to be dominated. I don't know. I think he would. I would. If I had a hot chick like Mommy Rhea Ripley, I would just have her dominate me. I'd just be the submissive one. But I digress. But we move on. Alright, after that, we get Mitchell Cole in the ring. He brings out Shinsuke Nakamura. He comes out. Nice fit, dude. Nice fit. All black. Black slippers, maybe chanclas, maybe, I don't know. I might have to verify that with Issa, maybe verify that with Selena Vega. But anyway, he comes out looking like a Japanese mob boss. Great fit. So, he comes out to explain his attack on Seth Rollins last week. So, Cole asks him about it, and then Shinsuke talks in Japanese, and then switches to English and says, "I want title match." And Cole's like, "What did you just say?" Come on, Cole, you don't know Japanese by now? You've been watching Io and Asuka go at it in Japanese. Come on, Cole, do I have to do your job? I think I should, because you're going to be retired pretty soon, and I'm taking your fucking job. Mark it down. For the love of God, flood freaking Nick Khan and Hunter and Steph. Hi, Steph. Flood their DMs and tell them Peter Gilmore wants to work with Wade Barrett on commentary. Every fucking week. I don't care if I have to hear Hunter in my headset. I just don't want to hear Vince. Call them both right or you're fired. Like, fuck you, Vince. Fuck you, I don't take orders from you, Vince. I know you're still the CEO. You kind of still are part of the company, but I ain't taking orders from you, old man. I'd rather take orders from Stephanie. Really, I'd rather take orders from Stephanie, but she doesn't, she's just there. Hi, Steph. But I take orders from Hunter any day of the week. But, if it happens, it happens. But if not, then flood Tony Khan's fucking DMs and tell him, you got a guy from Brooklyn, New York, who does better commentary than a schmuck from Westchester, and that's JD. Fuck JD. Fuck JD. Fuck House of Glory, for that matter, too. Well, just fuck JD. I have nothing bad to say about House of Glory. That's all I gotta say about that. But in any case, we move on. Alright, so then Seth Rollins comes out. So he comes out wearing white, nice little fit, even though, we wear white after Labor Day there, Mr. Rollins. The World Heavyweight Champion. And so he didn't like what Nakamura just said. I don't even know if he even understood it. But he's like, "Well, Shin, if you want a title shot, all you had to do was ask instead of kicking me in the fucking face last week." So Seth says, "I'm a fighting champion, and you can have your title match anytime, anywhere, any place. Name the date." And I was like, "Payback." So he offers his hand. Shinsuke does the Hogan thing. The Mega Powers handshake. He's always epic. So then they shake hands, and then Shin pulls Seth in, and then whispers in his ear. We don't know what he said. People are kind of like saying, "What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?" I can tell you what he said. He said, "Baka." That's what he said. I can guarantee you that's what he said. And it says like, he's like, "What the fuck did you just say to me? Look." So Rollins looks like confused. I mean, how do you get confused about somebody calling you a baka? Maybe you should ask Io. Maybe you should ask Asuka what that means. Come on, Seth. Get on the ball here. Alright, so Rollins goes to face Nakamura again, but Nakamura hits her with King Sasha! Lays him out, and then he leaves. So, I like this little feud between Shinsuke and Seth Rollins. Now it's for the world title. Is Shin gonna win? No. Probably not. I would love for him to be the World Heavyweight Champion, but I think Seth's gonna hold on to it for a little bit. I think he might lose it to Cody. Then again, Damian Priest might win it from him. But we'll see what happens with that. But I can't wait for the match whenever it does happen. If it happens next week, in 2 weeks, at Payback, at Fastlane, who knows? But we get that. Alright, so I get that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And That's pretty much it for that. Alright, then we go to the back once again with Byron Thaxton. And he has The Miz as his guest. Miz doesn't approve of the idea that Eli Drake, that's not an insult. That is a fact of life. Yeah. So he doesn't like the idea of what happened last week with him and Eli in the ring with that shoot promo. It was pretty damn good. So he asks Byron if he's an Eli Drake guy now. So Byron's like, yeah. So Miz is like, don't say yeah. And then everybody in the crowd's like, yeah. So Miz says, I promise to beat somebody faster, bigger, and stronger that Eli can never beat next week on Raw. Then he says, I might be on SmackDown this week. So we'll have to see what happens with that and who he could, Miz could be facing next week. It's probably not going to be Otis. Well, maybe it could be Otis. Who knows? I mean, he's bigger, not much faster. But, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then we finally get to Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, I guess 2, 3, I don't know. So we saw banned from ringside. Trish still has her face mask, still looks great. They go back and forth. And looked like Trish was about to win the match. But Trish comes back, hits a spear, goes to Stratusfaction, but it's a little bit too early for that there, Trish. And then Becky tries for a tornado DDT, that gets blocked, but Becky takes Trish to the top, hits a superplex. That had to hurt. Gets a near fall out of that. And then Trish runs to the outside, tries to get out of Winnipeg alive, but then Becky goes after her. They go up the stairs, and the match ends in a double countout, which sucked. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, they continue on up the stairs, into the concourse, around the merch table. Becky beating the crap out of Trish. Goes for the manhandle slam on top of the merch table, but that gets broken up by Zoe Stark, who comes in with a hoodie, beats up Becky, throws Becky into the merch table and all that shit. And then her and Trish leave after Trish is like, hey, high five! And Zoe's like, I'm out of here. So maybe Trish went self high five, like DDP. Bang! Self high five. DDP. Too cool. Gotta love DDP. Hall of Famer and a legend. The master of the master of the diamond cutter, but he's not the master of the Gilmore cutter. Sorry there, Mr. Paige Falkenberg. I mean, you may be the master of the diamond cutter. You may be the master of DDP yoga. It ain't your mama's yoga. But you, sir, will never, ever be the master of the Gilmore cutter. Not you, not anybody in the wrestling world, not even in the indies, and not even any of you schmucks on YouTube. You can't counter it, and you can't do it like I do, in any variation. Well, I found a new one to do this past Friday night. Oh, I love the way they hit the tag team hit it. I'm going to steal it. Pretty soon, I'm going to steal it. I'll do it way better though. So sorry to that tag team. I'm going to be stealing your move. And that's pretty much it. All right, so we get that. So Trish. All right, where am I? All right, so Trish and Becky fight to a double count out. Like I said, match you get 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then they fight into the concourse. Becky gets hit with the kick, and then Trish and Zoe leave Becky laying in the concourse, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with that. And as I put on Twitter and I put in Issa's chat, it's like, I bet you nothing, their next match will be a steel cage. And I was right, but we'll get to that in a second. But before we get to that, we have Walter screaming at Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner. Ouch, well, it died by, I think that was Fowler. Onto, Tony D on the outside. So, they're beating the fuck out of them. And then Ivy Nile just came out. Maybe he was trying to go after Ava Rain. And then more members of Schism come out. But then 2 members start beating the fuck out of, the Dyad. Guess who they were? Guess who they are? The Creed brothers. And then Tony D hits his finisher. 1, 2, 3. La Familia, they get the win. Tony D and Stax retain the tag team belts. I think Ivy has a nice little smile on her face as we see those two members of Schism go back in the crowd, and pretty much that's the Creed brothers. I think we knew that from the beginning. Yeah, they're doing the same moves as the Creed brothers. I think we knew that already when we saw the Creed brothers when that stupid video that were at they're in Egypt, even though they were at the Performance Center and behind a green screen. So then we got that. Joe Gacy is pissed. Oh, they just showed the Creed brothers. I mean, if they would have, zoomed in a little bit, it's them. We get that. Now we get another Eddie Thorpe vignette about him turning into a wolf. I don't know what it is. I must turn into my spirit animal. What is this, Mortal Kombat 2? I will find my animality. Okay, Liu Kang. Okay. We'll get that. But in any case, we move on with that. Alright, so Walter starts yelling at Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner for screwing up earlier. But he says, I'm going to defend the belt against Chad Gable next week, and I'm going to do it by myself. So, we'll see what happens with all that. So, the Honky Tonk Man's record is on the line this coming Monday night on Monday Night Raw. Can Gable do it and become the champ? That remains to be seen. And we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then after that we see Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark in the back. They're all happy with what they did to Becky on the concourse. They run into Adam Pearce, who starts screaming at both of them. Trish's like, I didn't mean to do. She's trying to get out of it like you did a week before. Blah, 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 blah. So Adam Pearce is like, we're going to do this again. But this time, we're going to do it in a solid steel cage, brother. So, Barry Horowitz myself on that. I called it. And that's pretty much it. Alright, we have, on NXT, as we look in, we have Carmelo Hayes. We have him signing some autographs. As you see some, I guess, security guards behind him. I don't know who's next to him. But then Wesley comes in and starts talking shit. Basically says, after I beat Dijak, I'm gonna kick your ass and get your title. We'll see what happens with that. Now we go to match number 2, Blair Davenport taking on Dana Brooke. I'm not gonna care about this match because Dana Brooke sucks. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, so once again, I'm going back and forth. I apologize for that. But in any case, Adam Pearce yells at Trish and Zoe, and we get a steel cage match between Trish and Becky. I believe this is Trish and Becky part 3 or part 4. Whatever you want to say about that. And that's it. We move on with that. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Cody! Taking on Fiend Balor. And, it was a pretty decent match. So it starts off with Cody and Finn going back and forth. Cody was in a little bit of trouble. He was a little bit one-sided. Finn was beating the fucking shit out of him. And then Cody fights up, and then Dom and Mommy Rhea Ripley come out to cause a distraction. Battle gets on a drop kick through the ropes as we go to break. We come back. Damian Priest now comes out. Finn tries for 1916. Cody kicked away from it. Gets caught with a sling blade. Then the shotgun drop kick sends Cody into the corner. So Cody's in the drop zone. Finn goes up for the coup de grace. Missed it. Cody hits the cootie cutter. Not even a good Gilmore cutter. That connects. So then Damian Priest grabs the leg, causing a distraction. But then Cody tries to dive on Priest. He hits Priest and Balor, but Balor comes right back with a superplex. And then Dom grabs a chair, slides it into the ring. The referee sees it, and I'm like, why don't you, you're there, kick Dom out. Does he? No, because he has to get rid of the chair. And then Mommy Rhea Ripley's trying to cause a distraction. And then Priest has the Money in the Bank briefcase. He slides it in. Finn's like, give me the case. Let me hit him in the head with it. He throws it underneath freaking Finn's legs. Cody gets it. Knocks Finn Balor right in the fucking head. Then he throws the case out so the referee doesn't see it. Then he hits Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes beats Finn Balor in just under 14 minutes. And that was pretty much it. So I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. So more miscommunication between Finn and Priest. I think it's still going to continue. And eventually JD McDonough will... I think Priest they're going to kick out Finn eventually. Or beat up Finn to the point they're going to just fight. He's like, you're out of here. And then JD McDonough's like, well, I'm the new leader. Supposedly. So I have to see what happens with that. Alright, after the match, we get a big time beatdown on Cody. Sami Zayn then comes out for the save, but then JD McDonough comes in from the crowd, breaks that up, and then Cody gets taken out with South of Heaven, the choke slam. Then more chaos happens. They're still beating the fuck out of Cody. Finn hits like not one, I think, but two or three coup de grace. One outside the ring, off the steps, and then 2 in the ring. And then Sammy gets put through the announce table with the laser's edge, Chico. And then Judgment Day pose again. So I get that, they're posing, and Finn and Priest still have communication problems, but at the end of the night they're victorious and they're holding hands and singing Kumbaya. So go figure that one out. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so it was a pretty okay Raw. I thought it was pretty decent Raw. So I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. You can leave a comment as well. Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button down below on my channels. But most importantly, hit that. Besides the subscribe button, hit the bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, you're SOL. And I think we all know what that means. Ha ha ha. And that's pretty much it. And we move on with that. Alright, back, before I go, looking in on NXT, we have Chase, Mr. Chase, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson. They're talking about Thea Hale they want to get a match with Thea Hale and JC Jane, of all people, JC Jane. So, Thea Hale comes in, she's still upset with Mr. Chase. Giving her that I don't give a shit about you look. So Mr. Chase says, I got you a match with JC Jane later on. And he's like, I just want to do what's best for you. And Dee's like, is that even necessary? You're trying to do what's best for me? You screwed me at the pay-per-view. He's trying to, calm her down. But, You know, he's like, I want you to be happy. She's like, whatever, just try not to throw the towel in again. Oh boy. I think the eventual Thea Hale face turn and her getting away from Chase U is, still on the table. But we'll have to see what happens with that. So later on tonight on NXT, JC Jane taking on Thea Hale. And we'll see what happens with that. So now we're about to get Dana Brooke just came out with Kaylani Jordan. She's taking on Blair Davenport. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to head over to Issa's watch-along and hang out with her for the next hour and a half. And talk to the Puerto Rican princess, my mommy. And the Puerto Rican mommy, my Puerto Rican princess. And that's all I got to say about that. Hang out with the rest of the people there, my good friends. And then we're going to have fun, talk about NXT, drink, and whatever. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for NXT. Excuse me, not for NXT, sorry, for Raw. Let me know your thoughts down below. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cocoot. And if you're not down with that, well, that's just too fucking bad, motherfuckers. Because for 14 years, it's the same goddamn outro. If you're not down with that, and I'm not going to change it for anybody, if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it, because you can't stop me and you can't do anything about it. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I might be back later tonight on my Peter Joseph channel with your NXT review. So, stay tuned for your 2 for Tuesday. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm out. Peace, bitches.